Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, or She Shed Scrappers. So today I am back with a really quick one-page layout using the Teen Vibe Carson collection from Bella Blvd. I am going to be documenting what I believe is the last photos of my son's first football season. And I just love this collection. I wish I could just buy, I guess, maybe the football or the sports embellishments from this collection because I'm running out of them. Obviously, I have a whole stash of just football papers, but it's been fun to use something different, I think, to document sports. So what I'm going to do is I ripped the star paper, and then I also ripped the red polka dotted paper, and I'm just going to layer those. You can see that this video is not as sped up as normal, and that's because it really did not take me much time whatsoever to create. So I have these 4 photos here, and I'm going to kind of group them together. They are obviously not in a perfect square, but I like how it looks with them kind of grouped together like that. So I decided to use the edge of the star paper that I had ripped off and bring that over to the right-hand side of the page and kind of close that off, so to speak. So I'm going to put that there. And then I am also going to then add just a thin piece of the red paper over top of it. That one is not ripped, but I must have just had that scrap piece left over. So I did bring those 2 papers over to the far right. And again, it just kind of closes it off. So I am just going to commit to placing my photos right down on the page. If you've been following along for a while, you know that it's not something I normally do. I really like to map my photos, but in this instance, I didn't really feel like it was necessary. I do feel like the photos do stand out regardless of kind of the busier background. So once those are all placed down, I will start embellishing, but even the embellishments are quite simple. I kind of wasn't sure what to use for my title. I have the MVP there and just decided that it wasn't large enough for the space at the top. So I went to the chipboard sheet and I'm going to use the title Legit Fun. I think all of these boys probably had a lot of fun that season. So that is going to be the title that I use. I just have to kind of, stagger them, I guess, so that it will all fit. I was fine kind of covering up some of the top of that photo, and with the letters of fun being black, it really did pop. So that is going to kind of fill up that space. I will add a few extra pieces to the top of the title there. But then down at the bottom, I had pulled out a phrase, push the limits. So we're going to add that to the bottom and then kind of go through what, I guess, embellishments I have. I have that foam finger that go team. And so I do end up adding that to that small cluster down at the bottom. But between, the 4 photos and the busier pattern papers that I use, I really just didn't feel like it needed a lot of embellishing. I do have that phrase there, it's be a leader. I think I've tried to use it on a different layout. I think there's actually tape on it already. But I just don't find a good spot for it on this one either. So going through the pieces that I have left, I do end up finding another football. I think that might be the very last one that I have. So I am going to end up adding that over to the far right. Again, I tried it with the Be a Leader and just didn't like how that looked. So instead I found a red star. So we are going to use that, pop the football up on some foam tape, and kind of use that as the base of the cluster. You'll notice that both of those clusters only have 2 pieces so far. So I will end up going back through and adding a second or a third, I guess, piece to each of those clusters. It's just going to be a small piece. Again, to the title, I found that blue heart, and so I did end up adding that to the top. And here's where I add that third piece. It's just these acrylic stars. So added a blue one to each of the bottom 2 clusters, and then added a red star to the blue heart at the top. And really that is going to finish off this layout. So like I said, it really came together very quickly. But I really like the outcome of it. I just absolutely love the Teen Vibe Carson collection. So I will link that down below. And hopefully there's still lots of pieces left. I don't think I've bought it all yet. So hopefully there are some for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.